I'ma take you to the world. I'ma take you to the world.
Welcome back to the Morning Dew Show. Before we went on a short break, we told you today being our Wednesday, we'll be bringing you a guest. And of course, as we promised always, here you have a balanced diet meal. There are most people are asking what is the difference between relationship and situationship. Tukaamua hata sisi tuacheza kama sisi kwa sababu this time round vijana as youths kuna venye hii kitu inaturamba. Inabidi we come with now a professional, and when I'm talking a professional I mean a counselor, a person who deals and is well educated in relationship. And of course pia kona experience. So uwezi unaitwaje lazima venye tunaambiwa ukienda job unaambiwa work experience.
Yes.
You need to have that experience because ukipeana you have examples of giving out. And today, as you can see in the studio, tumejaja with our guest teacher Trizah. Let me invite him to introduce himself. Welcome so much, teacher Trizah.
Thank you so much. Good morning, viewers of Oracle TV. My name is teacher Trizah. I'm a theologian and a psychologist, and I'm here today to interact with us. I'm a youth minister. That's what I've done for the last 32 years by the grace of God.
Amen, amen. That is powerful. For Edumeskia, 32 years.
So
when you're bringing you someone we know, the experience is qualified. Now, whatever he will give you here, it will be a solution to what is going on.
Yes. So, teacher, our first question on our interview is, how do we now differentiate between relationship and situationship as long as this type of romantic relationship is concerned?
You want us to talk about romance?
But yeah, because that is where now the situationship comes in.
Maybe I would want to start this off by saying, in my view, we have three kinds of relationships, as it were. Type number one is what now we would call a relationship. The ideal, what God would expect, what community would expect, a relationship. And like somebody said that a fellowship is fellows in a ship. A relationship is relatives in a ship. People who have the same mindset, people who care about each other, people who are going the same direction, whether as friends, as acquaintances, or in a romantic relationship, as it were. So that's a relationship. A relationship is genuine. It is mutually beneficial to both parties. Now that's a relationship.
Yes.
Then we have a situationship. Situationships are there. It's a situationship, so it is people in a situation.
Yes.
So they are in the ship because of
situation.
Situationships are born of necessity. We are in it because something happened that pushed us into it. Maybe a girl got pregnant. Inaamtai kutangazwa. Church.
Yes.
By the way, I can use both English, Swahili, and Sheng?
Yes.
Oh, good. So a girl got pregnant, amtai kutangazwa.
Yes.
So what do? Mnatukura mbele, mnasema, you are in a relationship. Na mnataka kuoana. Kabla mimba ifanye nini? Ionekane. So it is a situation that pushed you in. And even out there in the world, hata kama hakuna mambo ya kuogopa mimba, you have coming together because now there is a baby involved.
Yes.
So basically situationships are not organized. They are not planned for. They happen. You know, ni kujikuta.
Yes.
Yeah.
They happen. That's now in between situationships and genuine relationships is something in between that I have always used a different word for it. I've always called it sometimes a relational situationship, but its actual name from today, because I'm baptizing it on this show, is a parasite ship. A parasite ship now is parasites in a ship. So the parasite ship is a relation where either one person is in the relationship akikulia huyu mwingine.
Wow.
Ama wote wanakulana. Every one of them is expecting the other one is a loser.
Yeah.
So utapata if it is a girl ako kwa relationship pengine na tuseme sponyo.
Yes.
So she's getting sponsored and she thinks she's taking advantage of the old man. Ama mamas for the boys.
Yeah.
She's taking advantage of the older person. Lakini na yeye huyu mzee si anasema hata paka mzee ukunywa maziwa.
Yes.
So na yeye anaona aje? Anaona na yeye anatekea msichana advantage. So both of them think they are taking advantage of the other one. So they are both parasites.
Wow.
Na unaweza pata moja ni ya parasite. Like now when we come to issues of somebody who is marrying someone younger, underage, mtu hana experience, ama wajamaa watao wenye wanaendeaga kienyeji. Wewe umekuja Nyang'au, umepiga round town, alafu ukisha chapa unaenda mashamba unachukua kienyeji unaleta town. So those, from where I sit, I would say we have three kinds of relationship. A relationship which is genuine. A parasite ship. Oh yeah, people are eating each other.
Yes.
And now a situationship which is born of necessity.
Wow. And now you've talked about the three kind of relationship. How will you tell, or what are the signs now of a genuine relationship?
Like I said, it's very simple. A genuine relationship is mutually beneficial. None of you is taking advantage of the other. None of you is being taken advantage of. You do things in agreement. You are going the same direction. And maybe what I would say is that for the three, there is a very simple marking scheme that you can use to see where you are. Okay? So number one, we should ask yourself, what is the motive of the relationship? Motive is, why are you here? Why are we in the relationship? What is the motive? And it is important to know that you cannot tell motive in a day or two. So these are journeys that you walk. The second thing you need to check out is expectations. What are your expectations? So while as motive asks why we are here, expectations ask for what are we here? What did you come in expecting? Because the biggest contributor to heartbreaks is unmet expectations. You come into a relationship expecting one thing, while the other person is expecting something different. So both of you cannot meet each other's expectations. All right? Number three, parameter number three that you can use to check out where the relationship is what I call the frequency. Are the two of you on the same frequency? Are you going the same way? When I'm talking about frequency, that is more broadcasting. Are you on the same frequency? Because if I am on a different frequency and you're on a different frequency, we cannot communicate. So you can find a relationship where the girl is on marriage frequency. Jamaa ako friend zone. Ama ni trial. So are you on the same frequency? So with those three questions, would you say, kwa nini tuko hapa?
Yes.
Okay? Ninatarajia nini? Tunaendana. Uko single. Tunaendana. That's the question you need to ask. Tunaendana. Are we going the same direction? Because one of the biggest hiccups in relationships is when people are not headed the same direction. Because I can tell you for free, if you start off on the wrong footing, you will get disappointed. And maybe let me say this, even as you're asking how do you know, I will say this, and this is a philosophy. You say, things never go wrong, they start wrong.
Wow.
And in that question, can you now, for example, date someone, everything about you, there's nowhere you merge. It's just mnaenda tu parallel, amkutani mahali.
In terms of
every character, maybe you love church so much, you love God so much, mwingine yako kanisa kidogo
sasa kwanza tulia. This is a Christian show on Christian TV.
Yes.
Opportunity ya kudate mikora for Christians hakuna.
And
the scriptures are very clear. Do not be
Equally yoked.
unequally yoked with non-believers. Wasichana wa church, nyinyi wenye mnasema majawa wa church ni boring, poleni. Ibel ndio iko. And I know we are in the 21st century and people are saying a lot of things. But there are some very basic things. And if you have seen someone who was not born again, get hitched up with someone who was born again, and their marriage worked, that is the exception, not the rule.
Wow.
You can't use them as a marking scheme. The marking scheme is in scripture. And there are very good reasons. So if you don't have same interest, there is nothing in common about you, I am wondering where you'll be headed.
Wow.
And so, at the beginning of a relationship, people need to learn the art of openness and patience. Ikielele ya mnakutana Facebook day 1, munaenda date day 2, na day 3 mko kwa kitanda. Mko na shida. You need help.
Wow.
Wow, wow.
Wow.
And are there red flags or signs that indicates that you are in situationship or parasiteship rather than a genuine relationship?
Red flags are always there. The question is, are you seeing them?
Uh-huh.
The issue is never red flags.
Yeah.
The problem is seeing.
Oh.
And the reason people do not see is very simple. If you start off a relationship on a romantic footing, mmepatana church, mmepatana kwa kesha, mmepatana online, na mmeanza na mapenzi. What happens is that each party only brings out the part, their best part, that they want the other party to see. So what eventually happens, you hear people say in marriage, mtu alichange. People don't change. People just manifest. People never change and never be lied to. Even money does not change people. Even power does not change people. What it does is manifesting. So the reason people don't see red flags is because you started wrong.
Okay.
And so now because you started wrong, they will hide. Lilo wajama wa pulu wanasemaga wanaficha white. So they will hide behind the veil of love.
Yes.
And you hear people say love is blind.
Blind.
Na mwingine akasema marriage is the eye opener.
Yeah.
So mkianza on a romantic footing, what happens is that you hide from each other. You only present your best parts, but you cannot be a hypocrite forever. You cannot pretend forever. So a time comes and the real you comes
out.
So the red flags are always there. The problem is that people don't see. Na wewe unaweza kuwa huoni na watu wengine wanaona, lakini ukiambiwa kwa sababu ya ujinga ya mapenzi, somebody said, the heart has its own reasons that reason knows nothing about.
Wow. Very powerful.
So sometimes when you are in love, you love with the heart, as it were.
Yes.
And your mind takes a break.
Yeah.
And that's why I would want to warn us. Please, love with the heart, but think with the head.
With the head.
Yes.
And now, how is someone supposed now to read between the lines and know that these one are the red flags? Because you've said that sometimes they can be there and they might be there, but you can't see them.
Remember I talked about patience?
Yes.
The problem with your generation is using AI.
Yeah.
So you want answers, 3-point answers on how to avoid a situationship. Those things don't exist in relationships because relationships are individual. They have very little that you can use as a marking scheme. But there is one thing that will never fail in a relationship. Patience.
Wow.
Ukiniuliza what to do, wacha kierere.
Yes.
Tembea pole pole. Jua mutu. Juana na mutu. Jua mabeste zake. Somebody say, show me your friends, and I'll tell you what kind of a person you are. Jua anaenda church wapi. Jua wazazi wake. Before you get to commit, you are committing to a lifetime.
Yes.
So an year of finding out who someone is not too much time to ask. So patience. Watu waache kierere. Sijui wanakimbia wakienda wapi.
Wow. And now, how can you now transition from a situationship to a genuine relationship?
You can't.
So if it is a situationship, it dies and dies.
You have to kill the situationship and plan to start a relationship.
With the same person, with a
Or with
different
another.
person.
It can be the same person. But now, remember the 3 things we said? The motive has to change,
Yes.
the expectations have to change, and you've got to come to the same frequency.
So you need to sit down and
Yes.
and explain, like, we were in the situationship, now we will start a relationship.
Yeah, and agree if you both want to. Because now you must both check your motives, you must both check your expectations and agree if it is doable, and you must also now get on the same frequency.
Okay. And now, how can you explain now communication, differentiating how is important is communication, and now differentiating between relationship and situationship?
Between the 2 people,
Yes.
the 2 parties?
Yes.
Any relationship, it does not matter whether it is a love relationship, it is a parent-student relationship, it is a pastor-mshirika relationship, any relationship, the most basic part of a relationship is communication. And not just communication, but proper, open communication. Even our relationship with God is based on communication.
Yes.
Prayer and the word. So you cannot avoid genuine open communication if you're building a relationship. And a genuine open relationship means that each of you knows about the other enough to trust them and to defend them and to entrust them with their lives. Not the kind of things we see at msichana aliolewa after 3 years ndio kijana anajua msichana alikuwa na mtoto nyumbani.
So these things.
Na msichana alikuwa wa kwaya. Ama interpreter wa pastor. Ati?
These things you open up in or how you supposed to open up, because you don't have to open too much at the first stage, because you don't know if this thing is going to work out in the next 1 or 2 years.
Remember what I said?
Yes.
Wacha
Yeah.
patience. Na wasichana hakuna mahali wanaenda, because the problem, jamaa, unaona msichana, unaona usipo shoot your shot,
Yes.
ataenda. Anaenda wapi? Kwani wameisha? Ni 12 kama wanafunzi wa Yesu. Take your time. And let me speak especially to church young people and even out there. When you start eyeing someone, before you can make your intentions known, do a background check. And I say especially for church guys, kanisa ni kama hospitali. Not everybody is responding to treatment.
Yes.
So don't think because you met someone in church ati wako sawa. Get to know the person. The same with social media. Usifikirie unajua mtu kwa sababu umemwona social media.
Yes.
The social media persona can be a very different person. I once met someone and we were talking. That person really shocked me with what she said. So, and we are talking, and I was asking, so what do you do? And I explained to her and what I do on YouTube and stuff. And she told me something very interesting. I don't want to know your social media persona. I want to know
You as a
so
person.
take time. Na wase wa church, na nimeona Deliverance Church Mumias wanafanya kitu very interesting. Watakuwa na day hangout. Hangout with people. Msichana ako kwa kwaya, hangout with people. Watu, ukitaka kujua watu vizuri, waweke kwa open space na uwapee chakula.
But sasa, Trizah, the problem comes when you're telling us to hang out.
Yes.
Tuta hang out na wanya hapa nje, si ndio? Vizuri tu. Lakini leo ujumbe itafikia
Mkiwa nyinyi wawili.
Yes.
hapa, si ni open space.
In open
No,
space.
muna hangout mkiwa nyinyi wawili ama kuna watu wengine?
There is other people outside there.
Artist, so itafikia nani?
Itafikia mchungaji ni tofauti.
Yes.
Inakuwa sasa Wanya na TREVILLA mambo yao kidogo ichunguzwe. But now you're telling Wanya before aoe ama mimi before niolewe, I do check.
Yaani wewe uko na ID na unaogopa vile mchungaji atasema huwezi enda kujitetea?
Sometimes it is
Now, you
difficult
see,
for you to defend yourself.
I think we need to we need to say this, especially to leadership. Allow safe spaces for young people to interact. Allow safe spaces for young people to interact. Musipo interactia hapa, nini itakata muinteraktie huko nje?
Hakuna by the way.
Hakuna.
Mko na simu, mko na pesa.
Yes.
Nini itakataza muinteraktie nje?
Hakuna.
And I say, I think it is very myopic for people to think when they see you hanging out, you are already in a relationship. It's very myopic. So, safe spaces should be provided. And maybe youth leaders and pastors, because we are basically addressing a church crowd. Youth leaders and pastors, think of outings, hangouts, where people can just hang out. Nimesema, the easiest people way kujua karakter ya mtu, mahali inakuwaga tu open na guards iko down. Open field, na kuna chakula.
Yes.
Guards inaendaga down, pap. Sasa hiyo ndio unajua TREVILLA anaweza kupiga mtu chakula ikiisha.
And teacher,
yes.
You've talked about patience, but there's some people normally say that my patience has limit. So how much duration or time duration is one supposed to have so that they can determine this is the right relationship that I am in, or it is a wrong relationship?
Hakuna patience haikuwagi na limit mpaka ya Mungu.
Yeah.
So hawana dhambi kama patience yao iko na limit.
Yes.
We on average we usually say that once you guys have agreed that you are taking a direction, and that is once you have looked at this person and you have liked them and you have decided you are going to pursue them, somewhere between 6 months and 2 years. Anything less than 6 months is too short. You will not be able to meet the minimum things that need to be done, because especially now if you're talking about church, utahitaji kwenda kwenu, muende kwa kina msichana, mjulishe kanisa, na harusi.
Yes.
Okay? Again, something that goes beyond 2 years. Kwani degree mnasomea?
Too much time.
No, not unless. The only way it goes beyond now 2 years is if like let me maybe address people like who are in college and you meet in college, like there is a reason that is making you go beyond the 2 years. Niamua pengine mmalize masomo alafu mfanye masters.
Yes.
Lakini still ni ujinga kujicommit kwa mtu alafu mnakaa miaka 5.
Yes.
For 2 reasons. Number one, for the 5 years, and unless there are very serious reasons for you to do that. But imagine being held captive by someone for 5 years na akibadilika,
akuache kwa njia,
akuache kwa mata.
Wow.
Timna date mtu mko hapa kole, mmeamua mfanye masters kwanza, yeye ameenda Canada, wewe umebaki Githurai. So aende Canada apate mtu, wewe uko hapa tu unagojea mtu. Wow. So I think people should allow each other space. If you feel like you belong to each other but you still have business to sort, sort your businesses first.
Before you enter now.
Yes. And you know, if you do that, Paul, writing to one of the churches, calls it fraud.
Yeah.
You are a fraudster if you're going to tag along someone and then drop them on the way. Wow. And maybe it's also important at that point to warn brothers and sisters. Kama ni brother na kuna sisters kama 3 4 kwa church uko interested nao, mti yangu kuwa na adabu kiasi. Stop dating 3 4 girls at the same time. Na wako the same church. Na nyinyi akina TREVILLA sijui mnausema nini, mnapigana nini? Kama umepata wana date mkiwa 3, si muende mumchape, mbona nyinyi mchapane? Si muende nyinyi mumkute mumchape nyote. Adabu. So, I want to say, don't lead people along if you are not taking them anywhere. It is fraud. It is wrong. It is ungodly. It should not happen.
Wow.
So, wanyana supposed ku eye one.
Eye na akifika kulock, a lock.
Yes.
Na asukumane na huyo to the conclusive end. Wakiwezana, wawezane. Kama ni kuachana, na mnaachana, msiachane kama wazimu, au mnaachana kama watu ya Mungu.
Na sasa acha nikuulize teacher. Kuna yenye watu wanasema tulikuwa tuna date na Wanya, tukawachana. Can we still be friends?
Nimesema msiachane kama nini? Msiachane kama wazimu.
Yes.
You can still be friends. But remember, it depends. At the time of breaking up, at the time of breaking up, how have you broken up? Why have you broken up? If you've just gotten to a place where you've said, looks like our paths are going different, and you might not be able to hack this, and then you have no reason of being enemies. Lakini kama mli break up kwa sababu alichukua mwingine, mtakuwa mabesti aje?
But teacher, will that not affect your future relationship? Because imagine sitting with someone that you love, discussing the same, almost the same affairs with their exes. Will that one not affect the relationship?
Rephrase your question.
I'm saying,
Yes.
if the maybe we were in relationship with TREVILLA, then we broke up, then we are friends, and now TREVILLA meet another man, and they are discussing, maybe they are talking, but she said that I am talking with Wanyama, who the man knows that I was her ex, and she's claimed that he is just my friend. Will that one not affect the relationship?
Sasa inategemea na mlikuwa umefikishana wapi. And that is where the Christian relationships should be different ideally from other relationships.
Yes.
Because if you had not gone to the depths of intimacy, it is possible for you to keep loving each other with brotherly love.
Yes.
And even if I know Trevi was your girlfriend, I know she was just your girlfriend. You've not taken her to bed. So she's still your sister.
Okay.
So we can still be friends and I can date her. Okay, it's a bit complex, but in the ideal Christian setup, that should be possible. But for purposes of peace, in your new relationship,
Yes.
it is important to cut off old relationships as much as possible.
Yes.
Because relationships have a way of getting into your heart and your mind, and certain issues can fire back up emotions.
Yes.
So you keep your safe distances. But again, kama ni kukosana mlikosana, watu wazoe kusamehea.
Yeah.
Na unasamehea na si pole pole, unasamehea haraka. Because Jesus was very clear on forgiveness.
Yes.
If you don't forgive, you will not
You'll
be
not
forgiven.
forgive.
So unless unataka kwenda jehanamu, sasa unaenda jehanamu kwa sababu ya msichana.
No.
So, unataka kwenda jehanamu kwa sababu ya jamaa. So forgive. Okay?
Yes.
Once you forgive, the other thing you need to do in a relationship when it comes to, we are saying tumefika conclusive end, hii haiwezi endelea. Either kwa sababu tumekosana ama kwa sababu tumeambiana hatuwezi endelea. So number one, samehea. Mtu alikupotezea wakati, mtu sijui alifanya nini. Kama wengine juzi nimesikia wakitishana kila kitu yenye walinunuliana. So number two, close accounts.
Yes.
We were in a relationship. Just the way we sat to say we are starting.
Yes.
Sit and say we have ended.
Yeah.
If there are people who are involved in the relationship and they knew it was going someplace, if it was already public, make it also public to people who are close to you. I say that you do on what I call a need to know basis. Okay? There are people who are close to you who might need to know. Tuliachana. Tumeshindana. Okay? So close accounts. And also in between you agree.
Yes.
Watu waache kuvutana, mumekaa 1 year tangu the last time you had a date, na ni kama muko, ni kama hamuko. Hata wewe mwenyewe hujui muko wapi. So you are not even sure whether you should move on with your life or not. And then finally, don't get stuck. Move on. Move on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sasa ni hebu ati ukaage hapa miaka 6 bado unalia na kufunga.
And now, how can
utafika menopause ukiwa tu hapa.
now how can couples ensure that they are on the same page concerning the relationship and their expectations?
Are we talking about couples or people who are dating?
The people now who are dating. Yeah.
No, like I said, openness. Openness. I am a serious advocate of a tell it all session if you people want to go the same direction.
Yes.
At one point, before you can commit to each other, you need to have a sitting where I put myself on the table, she puts herself on the table. Because there is nothing as bad as dating someone based on a lie. Because truth will come out someday.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
So get to say who you are. There are important things. Get to say who you are and what you need to do.
Wow.
So that if you get time and then somebody gets to know something about you. Because the gravity of hate will be equal to the gravity of love if you lied to someone.
Wow. Powerful. I've known that you need to be open.
Yes.
But still, patience. With the time you go, ukiendelea kufunguka.
Yeah.
And don't date more than 2 years. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you wasting your time? So, yeah, because of time, can you give us your parting shot?
Mwache kierere, take time with each other. Learn each other. Don't be in a hurry. Dunia haishi. Okay? Lakini tena msivurutane ni kama ni degree mnasomea.
Yes.
But most importantly, especially to the Christians, do not defraud your brother or sister. Don't tag people along if you know hakuna mahali mnaenda.
Yes.
Because God will judge you.
Remember that you can follow Oracle Television Network on social media platform. These include Facebook, which is Oracle Television Network. Or you can also watch Oracle Television Network on our page. That is www.oracletelevisionnetwork.co.ke.
And of course, we are still coming to you live from the Oracle Television Network. And we are here today because of relationship. And I'm telling you, leo tumetoka hapa na points taken.
Yes.
You need
maybe for those who would want to follow me on social media,
Yes.
it is Teacher Trizah TV.
One word.
Teacher Trizah TV. There is a playlist called Ask the Teacher. I answer questions, especially on relationships.
Teacher.
You can watch Teacher Trizah TV.
TV.
On all social media platforms.
yes.
And teacher, will you?
Including TikTok.
Yes. You've answered all. In fact, I wanted to ask, are you not on Facebook? And that is what is making people to trend outside here.
I'm on all of them, including Threads.
Yes.
It's the newest in town.
Yes.
Wow. Remember, you have been watching the Oracle Television Network. The program is The Morning Dew. And of course, you have been with me, TREVILLA LUTTA.